Hello everyone, Clif has just released a 44-minute video on February 23rd, 2021, detailing some major trends we were about to see happen here on Earth. This video will mainly focus on currency collapse of the dollar empire, how it unfolds, and the effects. I will be covering the topics in slightly different order than Clif for organization purposes. However, I do recommend you follow Clif on YouTube, Gab, Library, Twitter, all of his places. Also visit his website, halfpasthuman.com, because he updates his blog often, and most people don't check his blog, and there's a lot of really good stuff on there. I will be covering Clif's blog posts on wooworldnow.com and this YouTube channel. So starting off with events around silver are significant temporal markers. So this is Clif High's $600 an ounce silver that he's been calling for years, but hasn't quite happened yet, but I think we're about to see it. Clif discusses that the silver squeeze is merely a symptom, not the cause of the dollar collapse. As the Federal Reserve and commercial banks create massive amounts of fiat currency, that currency will chase scarce assets. Silver is one of the scarcest assets in the world. Most silver is consumed in industrial applications versus gold that is mostly vaulted for investment purposes. Clif's $600 an ounce prediction should be coming to fruition very soon if things continue to progress along these lines. So why is silver so sought after? Supply and demand from small and large investors alike. But there is a much deeper reason that Clif goes into. The Biden-Harris administration owe money and favors to various special interest groups and have given them vast amounts of support. Each of these special interest groups think they own the administration. There's Wall Street, there's the CCP, there's BLM, just to name a few. The CCP wants to be the manufacturing giant of the world, and they need physical silver to dominate the world. Clif explains that China has lost a lot of its silver due to the opium wars with Britain back in the day. Alright, so the point is that the silver is driving the breakup of the structure above because the governments are getting desperate and are going to want to get as much silver back into the market so they can sell it at reduced rates to the CCP. They must support the CCP production. The true number of ounces actually used in the production of electronics will finally be revealed. Will you pay $10,000 for an iPhone? Will they even make them anymore? Clif says governments will offer more and more paper dollars for silver. They will put pressure on bullion dealers, coin dealers to sell their silver into the industrial and monetary market. However, the dealers will throw their arms up in the air and say, we don't have any. This is likely because the retail investors will have bought a lot of it. The powers that be will be desperate for people to dishoard their silver. This temporal marker is when you know the dollar is collapsing, so watch out for it. Cryptocurrencies. Many of the economic fundamentals that apply to silver apply to crypto as well. Clif talks about the market dip we just had, which was so far about 20% drop in Bitcoin's price. The powers that be are essentially elite communists, a strange breed of technocrat running the dollar empire. The things being said today are the effects that are being felt. Janet Yellen says Bitcoin bad, the market dumps, but people buy the dip. Clif explains that this makes the dollar empire look weak and Bitcoin look strong. Clif says as of today, February 24th, is when we should be getting into the silver temporal markers. When Bitcoin goes down, then up again, this means the dollar empire is weak. This has the effect of causing more and more people wanting to get into cryptos. If you haven't been following what's going on in Nigeria, the government said that Bitcoin is destroying their currency and banned the main on-ramps for people to legally acquire it. However, people just said F you to the government and they went to neighboring countries to obtain their Bitcoin. The Nigerian government saw this and did a complete 180 and is now buying Bitcoin to add to their treasury. This happened all within 7 days. Clif doesn't talk about any specific cryptos, but he said that they will likely be key in the new economy and significant part of the Wooflation. So Wooflation, let's quickly define that. It's not hyperinflation, it's not stagflation, it's not inflation, it's like all of those things combined. It's essentially citizens through their collective actions determining what will be the medium of exchange in the new economy. Gold, silver, Bitcoin, even dollars will be included. This is what will cause the dollar empire to collapse. The dollar empire requires the dollar to be supreme. When this happens, politics will change dramatically. When you run a system with hard money like gold and silver, governments cannot pay for things like they used to. They can't simply tax it out of the people. Things are going to crack. Usually governments would paper over corruption like paying off your cousin who owns a contracting company to fix the road. I hope that example makes sense. Essentially, Clif is saying there will be rapid appraisal of things and how things really work. Massive inflation on things we need, like food, generators, and other living essentials. If you can't charge the Tesla, you will sell the Tesla for hard currency. We will dishoard the goods that allowed us for things easily obtained in the infinite supply dollar empire. Wooflation is weird. Strange things going on all the time. This will be a hunt, not a search for actual value of stuff. The good news is that the desperation levels will be insane and will release secrets that gets humanity out of this. More on this later. Clif mentions Trump was not a part of the dollar empire. That's really the only thing he said about Trump. Clif points out, as the system comes down, the Biden administration can't afford to keep the groups that got them where they are satisfied. BLM has already been discarded, and the students will be next. They can't forgive the trillions of dollars in student debt loans because those loans are considered an asset on the balance sheet that is underpinning the dollar. The dollar empire's obligations to the CCP and Wall Street will likely lead us into an open war with these entities. Basically, the people versus the dollar empire, CCP, and Wall Street. Everything will be upended. Anywhere that depends on endowments like colleges and universities will be in serious trouble, and we will see many of them collapse. This also means the death of woke culture. Clif mentions a lot of the people, millennials especially, who have their core identity in woke values will not be able to adapt. It will be very rough for them. Bribery breaks down. As the flow of cheap money stops for the people who are guarding secrets, they will get desperate, and those secrets will be up for sale. Similar stories from Soviet Russia when the economy collapsed and scientists were selling state secrets to feed their families. There are a lot of secret underground military bases with people working on super cool stuff. When they stop getting paid, these secrets will go to the highest bidder. The upside to this is that the secrets reveal will greatly help humanity and launch us into sci-fi world. The innovations that come out over this next decade will be mind-blowing, with cool stuff coming out seemingly every day. I sincerely hope Clif finally gets his flying RV. The Wooflation world is coming. We can already see it happening. That's it. That's all. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to go to wooworldnow.com and sign up for free emailed updates that keep you informed on the latest woo that affects you. I also send out cryptocurrency alerts for those of you involved in the crypto markets.